Hello and welcome to Beach View, our podcast about different things and maybe some stuff.
Yeah, we always have stuff to talk about. Today it's getting into October. Well, we are in October.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about Halloween, which you may know, as I've mentioned it several times before, is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about this before too, so I mean, I don't generally go for holidays, but I don't mind Halloween.
Yeah, it's so fun in my opinion, and I was on vacation, so I kind of lost track of the days. When I got back, I was like, oh, it's already October, and there's only a few short weeks to Halloween.
Yep.
One of the things that I really love is that, coming home in my neighborhood, so my neighborhood gets pretty extra when it comes to Halloween decorations, and they start like at the end of September and, first week of October, like with Halloween stuff. And so one of the houses, like coming around the curve, has this like giant, like it's like taller than the house, like scary looking like figure with like a creepy face. And it's like so tall. But the funny thing was, we were riding yesterday and like came to the end of the road where the big tall thing is, and it was at night and the face is like lit up, but the house next to it had like all these purple like lights, like Christmas lights but Halloween lights, And so Travis was like, oh, look at all that purple, and I was like, you don't see the giant like creepy thing right there? Like it's, but he's like, no, what do you mean? Like, we were driving by, so we already passed it. And I was like, how do you not see that? Like, it's like a story higher than that house. Like, it's giant. And he's like, oh, I didn't notice it. I'm like, how?
Well, that's how they get you,
Exactly. Like, creepy stuff. But, I love it. I love the decorations. I don't personally decorate. I'm not a very festive person, but I really love to see other people's decorations. So
yeah,
it's fun, So that kicks off Halloween season here, as well as the ubiquitous Spirit Halloween stores that pop up everywhere. Yeah. Do you guys have that there too?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's
it's
just...
like every other building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's it's my favorite time of year, really. So, the house like across from me in the back, they have like a Michael Myers like stuffed figure sitting on the porch, and then one of them has like a Jason mask on and tombs and like blood looking stuff everywhere. Like, it is really funny how people, really get into this over here.
Yeah.
Do y'all have that in your neighborhood?
Not that I've seen.
You should start it.
No, that's too much work.
I know, that's what I'm always like, the amount of money that people spend on decorations.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I love it though, so I mean...
Especially like the giant ones, like...
Yes. Like, have you seen the, 20-foot skeletons that they sell now?
Yes, yeah.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
Right, yeah.
But I would never buy that, though.
No, right. And imagine having to, move it any for whatever reason,
Yeah, I just think, a strong wind comes. I mean, we have, thunderstorms all the time. But, a strong wind comes, what if it knocks it down on your house? You gotta, I'm sure they're lightweight, but... Yeah.
It's like, rain's coming, I gotta go move my skeleton.
Yeah, what if it falls in the middle of the street and it's, blocking traffic? I don't know, I always think of those things.
Yeah.
You gotta hurricane-proof your home. Pick up my skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think it's such a fun time, and I love to see all the craziness. So at work this year, we're actually doing a trunk or treat.
Ah, yeah.
We did it last year, and normally, like, I don't like that kind of, I'm like, I just think it's kind of goofy. Like, you see a lot of, like, churches and, like, schools doing trunk or treats, which I always thought it was just, like, why? But, we did it last year at work as, like, an employee engagement kind of thing. And people really had a lot of fun with it. And I do have to say, like, I participated with my department, and it was fun. So, employees brought their kids and like went trunk or treating. And so like it was fun because everybody was dressed up, and you know, like every department had a different theme, like, of those who participated, and some of them were really cute. But anyway, it was fun. So this year, my coworker decided our theme for our department is going to be bees.
Oh.
So I either have to dress up like a bee, or I need to dress up as like a pot of honey, or like a beekeeper or something. So
I got a one for you.
What?
A wasp.
Oh,
because those kill bees.
Oh,
well,
that's a good
do.
idea. Yeah, and so I mean, you know, I'm like very cheap. I usually don't pay for costumes. Like, I usually like will make something. But I figured this year I would probably like at least buy some little bee antenna.
Yeah.
Or like something to go with it. So I don't know. As much as I love Halloween, as much as I love the decorations and the costumes, like, I never spend money on it. So I was thinking maybe this year I would actually buy a costume. I don't know. Yeah. What about you? You ever dress up?
No. I haven't done that since I was a kid.
What were you when you were a kid? Like, what was your favorite?
I don't remember. I stopped doing it at a certain point because I was just in it for the candy.
Well, yeah.
I didn't care about dressing up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think, you know, the most fun Halloween I had as a young adult was in the French Quarter, New Orleans. It is so much fun. I don't do that now just because, you know, I don't stay up till all hours of the night anymore, really. And it's very, very crowded. And I think, like, I don't know if it's like the older I get, like the more like I don't want to be in like super crowded areas, or, you know, like, you know, potential for violence kind of thing. But that was such a fun, like, people in New Orleans, just in general, dress up for everything. And when I say dress up, like, I mean, they go all out. And I love that about, you know, where I live. But again, I'm not the one to spend like hundreds of dollars on a costume. But I do love to see it. It's very fun.
Yeah, costumes can definitely get expensive, so, and especially if you're doing any, like, DIY stuff, that's a lot of, like, time and effort you gotta put into them.
It is. One of my friends, she dresses up for, like, everything, and she has so much fun with it, and I'm just like, she has a whole closet, and this is very common, like, around our area. She has, like, a whole closet of, like, costumes and wigs and stuff. Just, there's so many festivities that you can dress up for, but I'm not here for that. Like, I don't want to spend that much money on it. Like, I'm very much like,
yeah,
I need to go on a trip, and I need to save my money for my trip, you know? Always in the back of my mind. But so, I mean, what do you do for Halloween? I know we've talked about this before, but I don't remember. What do you do for Halloween?
Nothing in particular.
Do you, like, hide from the trick-or-treaters?
We don't usually get any. If we do, it's only like 1 or 2 people.
Do you have candy ready, though? Like, if you do have trick-or-treaters?
Usually, yeah, but I mean, you can just buy, like, a variety bag for that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of boring. You need to liven it up over there. You need to do like a costume. I don't know, like, wander around in the costume. You'll be the only one. The only adult wandering around the neighborhood in a costume. People would think it was very weird.
Yeah, but then I'd have to think of a costume.
I know. Actually, last year I was going to be Post Malone and, like, draw, like, tattoos on my face and stuff. But I forgot what happened last year. We ended up not doing anything, I think. I don't know. Every year I'm like, I want to do something fun for Halloween. Like, besides, normally, I think I've shared before, my own tradition is that we get a lot of trick-or-treaters here. So I give out Halloween candy. Devereaux, my cat, likes to inspect everyone. Like, it's his, I don't know if it's his favorite day of the year or like his least favorite day of the year, but I put a little like ice chest by the door so he can stand up and see out of the window by the door. And he greets all of the trick-or-treaters and they get such a kick out of it. So it's very fun. And then I watch, like, in between trick-or-treaters, I watch a scary movie on TV. And that's my own little tradition. But every year I'm like, I'm going to do something fun. And then I end up doing the same thing because I'm like, I don't want to spend money on a costume.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. And it's, usually it's like a day of the week where I have work the next day, and
Yeah.
So, I usually end up not doing much, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite candy?
Well, I don't know if I have a favorite per se. I guess Kit Kats.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
I am partial to the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah.
But I ate one the other day, like that I randomly got somewhere, and I felt like it just tasted like cheap. Like, I think somebody kept it in a bowl with like other candy. And that's like the worst thing you could do. You know what I mean?
It's all candy to me.
No, they all start like taking on the other flavors of the candy. You've never had like an old person?
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is a problem, okay? So, especially older people, they keep all their candy in like a closed container and they keep it all together, like different candies mixing together. And then all the candy just kind of starts tasting like the other candy, and it's not good.
I've never had that problem.
Oh, well, you're not a candy expert like myself.
Yeah, no, I guess not. Because as a kid, I was always like, get my trick-or-treat bag and just put all the candy in there, and I never had that problem, so.
Maybe because it's like an open bag. I don't know, but, and I don't even eat much candy at all, but I can definitely tell when candy is like kept together in a closed container. It's pretty gross. So anyway, just a note for all you listeners out there. Separate your candy.
Not had this problem, so.
Well, Travis always talks about the people who give out like that weird like candy that's wrapped in like orange and black paper. I don't know if it's like toffee or something. I always forget what it is. But everybody usually like hates that candy.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like older people give it out, and Travis always says like everyone hates that candy, but he loves it. And so I'm like, you're basically an old person. Yeah.
Well, speaking of candy people don't like, how do you feel about candy corn?
I am not a fan. I mean, I've eaten it, like, especially when I was younger. But now it just tastes like you're chewing on, like, sugar, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I think you kind of lose your taste for sugary things.
Yeah, I've definitely done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very polarizing candy, though.
Yes,
and I think that is really funny. I like the controversy.
Well, there's, polarizing foods and drinks of all varieties, so it makes sense that there'd be candy like that.
True. I don't mind it. I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't necessarily like it.
Yeah. I used to be that way as a kid, where I would eat it but not like it necessarily, but I don't like it anymore at all.
Yeah. You're like, not gonna eat it now.
Okay, what about fruit-flavored candies like Skittles and stuff? Do you have a preference on the, like, fruit flavors? Like, I know some people don't like lemon, some people don't like orange.
I actually like most of the fruit flavors. Of course, like most people, my favorites are like the strawberry and grape.
Yeah.
Or, like the red and pink Starburst, are like the favorites. But I like most fruit flavored stuff. Skittles in particular, they're not too acidic for me, you know, but there are other candies where the lime or the lemon or the orange are just a little too tart, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That I can't take, you know, but Skittles are okay. But I did just read an article recently about how Skittles are like really, really bad for you.
I mean, probably.
No, there was something, I forgot what it was, but there was like some ingredient in it that was like supposedly like super horrible for your body.
Huh.
And I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember I sent it to a couple of my friends who love Skittles. And I was like, this is what you're eating. You're poisoning your insides. But, you know, everything in moderation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the orange candies and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Everything else I'm usually fine with.
Yeah, I'm usually more of a chocolate kind of person. Like, I lean toward, you know, but you don't get a lot of like just plain chocolate candies. But as far as chocolate bars, I'm definitely more like Milky Way or Three Musketeers. And really, during Halloween is the only time I will eat one of those. Because I'm not, you know, they're not around any other time for me, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely more into chocolate now, but as a kid, I used to like the fruit-flavored stuff more.
Yeah, like the sugary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure I talked about this before, but like, as tradition goes, you know, we used to trick-or-treat with, you know, my brothers and my cousins, and we would all, you know, bring our trick-or-treat bags inside, spread out our candy in our own little area, like divide it up, and then like trade each other different candies. So that's always a fun thing to do. But of course, I don't trick-or-treat anymore, so I don't do that. But I think that's so fun. Like, it's just like you're bartering, like, I'll give you these if you give me this and that, you know? Yeah, it was the beginning of learning how to negotiate, so it's a lifelong skill.
I guess so. So, do you eat much candy these days on Halloween?
On Halloween, I'll eat like a few, and I usually always get the bags that have at least something that I like in them. But I'm talking about like the little mini, you know, Milky Ways or something. I'll only eat like a few, like a handful. Like, I'm not really into candy much anymore. But I'm sure I've shared this too, that as soon as we get the Halloween candy, like, Travis opens the bag and starts eating it. I mean, we could get it like 2 weeks before Halloween, and like, more likely than not, I'm gonna have to go buy another bag of candy because he just like has no self-control over it. But I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
I used to be like that as a kid. I remember I'd just eat a ton, like, you know, get my trick-or-treat bag, and then for like a few weeks afterwards would be like constantly eating candy. But I can't do that anymore.
Let me tell you what I believe a workplace faux pas is, okay? Adults bring like their kids' leftover candy to the office, and it just sits there in a bag for like months and months and months until everybody eventually eats it. But I don't like that, because I'm just like, I don't want all this random candy, like, and it just sits there. Nobody really eats it, you know. Every once in a while I'll grab something because I'm like starving and forgot to bring a snack, but I don't know why it bothers me. It shouldn't, but I'm just kind of like, keep your vices in your own home. Like, don't tempt me at work, you know? Weird
old candy laying about.
Yeah, and I always think, like, how old is this candy,
right.
You know? I don't know that it matters, though. It's, like, preserved in sugar, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I always think about. Like, how many people have touched this candy, and how old is it?
Right.
A little neurotic about it, but, you know. But my absolute favorite thing is definitely the costuming. And I just love every year. But I think I said this before, too, that every year I'm like, I don't understand some of these costumes because it's like kid movies.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Or just
I'm just
kid
not
cultural
aware of.
phenomenons, yeah.
Yes. I'm like, wow, I'm really out of touch. But I love the homemade costumes. To me, those are like the most creative and
yeah.
super fun. I think that's really, it's like such a fun thing to do. I really should get into like the costuming and like going out on Halloween again. But, you know.
I guess the trick would be to find a costume that's cheap.
Yeah, or one I can make myself.
Yeah, like dress up as a historical figure sort of deal. Someone that has a recognizable outfit that's really easy to pull off.
Well, I think it was it last year? Or the year before last, I was RBG. I had my graduation gown, and then I had this like doily that my grandma had like needle pointed, or I don't know what you call it. It's not embroidery. But it was like this like fabric kind of lacy doily that I put like around the collar, and I put my hair back in a bun and wore my glasses. So I was dressed up as that. And only one person like who came to the door was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your costume." I was like, "Thank you." I don't think any of the kids knew what it was.
No, yeah, you gotta get those hipster costumes, the one you're sitting there all day hoping someone recognizes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, the best costumes are the ones you have to explain. That was just an easy one because I already had a graduation gown, so
Yeah.
I was like, I could put that together. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll dress. Well, I'm definitely dressing up for trunk or treat, which sounds really lame, but it was actually a lot of fun. This year we're gonna have a food truck and like a coffee cart and stuff, so it's gonna be off the heezy.
Speaking of like costuming stuff though, what's your favorite like movie monster or like horror figure sort of thing?
Oh, I think, well, not my favorite, but the scariest from when I was younger was the movie It.
Oh yeah.
So the clown.
Yes.
What's his name? I always forget.
Pennywise.
Yes, Pennywise always stands out to me as like being real creepy. But as far as my favorite, I mean, I think I'm gonna go with a throwback, like Jack Skellington.
Well, yeah.
I think was like a fun one. So, I mean, the whole movie was like a fun.
I've never seen it, so.
Oh, well, I had the pleasure when my niece was staying with us for a little while of watching that movie several times because she was really into it. And so, yeah, I think the first time I watched the whole thing was, probably like a few years ago. What about you?
I don't know. I'd probably have to say skeletons.
Yeah?
I think they're neat, and
Like
I mean,
in general, just skeletons?
yeah. Well, there's a lot of like meme context that you're probably not aware of. Skeletons have been like mimetic on the internet for a while.
Okay. I know a couple you have sent me had skeletons in them, so.
Yeah. I'm also partial to vampires, I suppose. Those are neat.
Oh, yes. Like the vampires.
I don't know. Weird monster things.
Yeah.
Like a lot of video game creature design is, I think, really cool, but that's like kind of not horror. Some of it gets kind of horror-y, but.
Well, I think if it's in the category of like horror or like odd and weird, like I think it kind of, captures the Halloween spirit anyway. But speaking of memes, I do love when people dress up as memes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really funny. Yes, I think it's hilarious. And especially just like, I don't know, I guess I like any like references to like pop culture kind of stuff. I think it's
yeah,
clever, Yeah.
I mean, that's most Halloween costumes, isn't it?
Like memes?
No, pop culture references.
Oh, yeah. I guess I meant more like maybe internet culture, but
yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. Pop culture is obviously most
I'm
costumes.
trying to think of some not pop culture ones. I mean, I guess maybe like a hazmat suit type deal or something, or like professions like a doctor or lawyer stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, a bee.
A bee.
I just named a
Yeah,
ton, so I don't even know why I brought it up.
there you go. I know. So, yeah. So I'll be working on my non-pop culture bee costume.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I do know some people who absolutely hate Halloween, which I don't understand that at all.
I guess if you don't like horror movies and stuff.
Well, I don't really like horror. Like I'm such a wimp, but I mean, I guess I do. I don't know. It's a complicated relationship that I have with horror. But yeah, some people just really don't like ugly or scary things. Like they think like Halloween decorations are ugly,
Oh,
you know?
that's a shame.
I know. Like it's gonna be a long month for you guys.
Yeah, well, especially because, I mean, we've talked about this before, but those feel like they've been getting more popular in the past several years.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. It's you know, I like how festive people get.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not very festive, I just think it's fun.
Well, you got any favorite Halloween songs? I know there's not near as many as for Christmas songs, but there's still some.
So I don't know what song, like what this would be considered a song of, but when we were kids, we would sing. Have you ever heard that song with the hearse passing by?
No.
Do you want me to sing it?
If you want.
If I must, yes. So there's this like song that goes, did you ever think that when a hearse passes by that you may be the next to die?
I never heard that.
And it goes on and on.
That must be a regional thing.
Maybe so. I don't even know where it came from, but I always liked it because it's creepy. It's, I need to research that because I don't know where that came from.
That's your favorite?
Yeah. I guess maybe it is a regional thing. What's your favorite?
Probably the spooky, scary skeleton song that was a meme for a bit.
What's that one? I'm not familiar.
It's literally just the spooky, scary skeletons and shivers up your spine.
Oh, okay.
I think it's from some like old animated thing, but it became a meme a few years back.
That sounds about right. Have you ever watched The Simpsons, like Halloween?
I've seen a
special,
few of them.
what is it, like
Treehouse of
House
Horror?
of Horrors?
Yeah.
Yes. Those are fun. Like, I always like those. I mean, I haven't watched them in, like, years, but
yeah.
they used to be my favorite. Like, favorite episodes were the Halloween specials.
Yeah, I don't, I watched a few, but, like, I don't know that I've ever seen one in totality, so... Just a few skits from them, you know?
Yeah. Well, really, like, when any shows do Halloween specials, like Saturday Night Live will sometimes do, like, a creepy Halloween one. You know,
David
it's always
S.
funny.
Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
Wait, what is it?
David S. Pumpkins?
Oh, it sounds super familiar, but I can't think of what it is.
It was a really viral SNL sketch from, like, 6 years ago.
I'm sure I've seen it,
Okay.
But I cannot think of it.
If you haven't, go look it up. It's my favorite thing they've ever done.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I just keep thinking of that skit where it was like Pete Davidson, I don't remember who else, but they're in this like haunted forest kind of thing, and they're like, it was just like a super goofy skit. Okay, I'm gonna look that one up.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah. I don't know, I just like I like when all of the shows do like creepy, or what's supposed to be creepy but it's not really creepy, like Halloween specials. Yeah. And I usually do dress up, but it's hard because sometimes like here the end of October can be either like really freezing or really hot.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time it's really hot, but every once in a while you'll get like a cold Halloween. So it's like hard to judge, like,
Right.
am I wearing like a tank top or am I wearing like a flannel, you know? So it can be hard to plan your Halloween costume.
Yes. Well, it's usually cool here by the time we get to Halloween, so.
Yeah, it's like consistently cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one year in college, like we were going out for Halloween, and I think I was dressed up like Malibu Barbie or something super goofy. And I was so cold. It was like freezing, and me and all my friends were like wearing like warm weather stuff, and that night just happened to like turn super freezing, and we were all cold. And I was like, next year I'm being a mummy. But
Arctic researcher, that's my costume.
there you go, yes.
Like a character from The Thing.
Yes, exactly. You need to like fit the weather, but it's so unpredictable here. You got any more Halloween favorites?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't really have any, like, Halloween activities I do. I occasionally get some candy, but I usually have that for the month of October, not
Yeah.
like a specific on that day, you know.
Well, what about just like in general fall like stuff? Like, do you like do anything like with pumpkins or like,
No.
you know, I know like does your neighborhood do like hay rides or anything like that?
Some areas do, but like these days I think I have allergies.
Oh, yeah. That's when you know you're getting older.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I feel like I live in a very festive area. Like we have like corn mazes, pumpkin patches, like hay rides, haunted houses.
Yeah.
I love when the neighborhoods, like different neighborhoods will have like a haunted house at their like in their neighborhood. I think that's so fun. And you know, of course you have like the professional, I guess you would say, haunted houses that are super creepy. I don't go to those at all. But
no, I never
know
been.
People who love them. Yeah, and you're not going to catch me in a corn maze. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. That's too creepy. I don't like that kind of stuff. So that's the other part of Halloween that I don't like is, I guess,
Scary
are the things
stuff.
that I... Yes, the things that I'm afraid of. Like, it's all fun, but I'm just like, nah, I don't want to be scared like that. But I like all the other festive stuff, all the pumpkins everywhere, and
yeah. You like pumpkin flavored stuff and pumpkin spice flavored stuff?
I mean, I'm not that basic, but I did just eat a pumpkin scone when I was traveling, and it was delicious. So, I like I had some pumpkin soup recently that was really good. I like more of the, I guess, like real food items.
Yeah. Savory stuff.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go get a pumpkin spice latte.
Nah,
But I do have to say, when I was eating that pumpkin scone, I was like, maybe I would like a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
But I've never tried it, so.
Me either. But I do like pumpkin muffins, so.
Oh, pumpkin muffins are delicious. Like, pumpkin is really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I don't eat more of it. Yeah. So maybe this year I will, you know, put the stigma of pumpkin spice lattes aside and go try one myself.
Yeah. I might have to get one too then.
Or maybe I'll just get Travis to make me one.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I don't have to go in public and order one.
Right. I mean, it's not any more complicated than what pumpkin spice in a latte, right? Or is there a whole like process I'm missing?
I don't know. I doubt it's probably just like a syrup that they use, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think we should make a commitment to each trying one this year.
Maybe I'll try to get some pumpkin spice and put it in tea or something.
There you go. See, I could do a pumpkin spice tea. That would be good.
Yeah.
It'd kind of be like a chai. Well, there you go. Do you have anything else Halloween related to add?
What about spooky animals and stuff like spiders or snakes?
Oh.
Got any feelings about that during Halloween season?
Yes. So You know I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
I love all the spooky animals. I love like the spiders and the snakes and the bats. And I guess my favorite creature, which I've talked about before, it's not, well, we don't know if it's real, but the Rougarou.
Right, yes.
It makes a Halloween appearance every once in a while. But as far as real creatures that I've seen, I do like when people decorate with like bats and spiders and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny. They're not really creepy creatures, but
No.
people think that they are. But I like when they do like the giant spider webs.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Those
like
make
over
for
their
cool
house.
Decorations.
Yes. And there's a house like also in my neighborhood that they always do this huge inflatable spider on their roof every year, and it moves. So that's really fun. But what about you? What's your favorite Halloween animal, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got what, like wolves and werewolves. You got spiders,
yes.
obviously. The bats, those are a big one. I'm trying to think
Rats.
what else. Oh yeah, you get a few rats in there. Yeah, I don't know. They're all neat.
I love all that stuff. I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
Especially like when you walk up to someone's house and they have one of those like creepy
cats.
Yes, cats. They have one of those like creepy creatures that like moves whenever you walk by. Like I think that's so fun. Yeah. Yes, cats. Which that's also kind of a double-edged thing. Like SPCA always puts out like a notice around Halloween to like keep your black cats inside. I'm like, aw, this is sad. But people are very superstitious.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's a broader point, but I don't find any of the, like, animals that people list creepy.
No.
So, it's just neat decorations to me.
I agree. But I do like when they make them look creepier, you know? Like
yeah.
Blood hanging from their fangs and, you know, like gory kind of stuff.
Yes.
I think it's very fun.
Well, in that case, your state flag should be the creepiest animal.
The pelican?
Yeah, it's, ripping its insides out, isn't it?
No!
Yeah, it is!
It's feeding baby pelicans.
Yeah, it's
What are you talking about? My state flag?
Yes! Go look at it! It's got blood on it!
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
I'll go link it in Discord if you want.
No, it's feeding its babies.
Yeah, that's blood!
It's feeding its babies blood?
I think it's from, like, a myth, that pelicans do that.
I thought it was just feeding its babies.
That's blood!
It is blood. You're right. Oh my gosh. But I just assumed it's just, like, food. Like it chewed up a worm and was feeding its babies or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, now our state flag is now a Halloween decoration, so...
Yeah, you could get you a little pelican with blood on it for a Halloween decoration.
I need to look this up. Like, how do I not know what the story is? Very interesting. I never thought of a pelican as creepy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a fish.
Well, yeah. Very true. Well, there you go. Now you know all of our likes and dislikes regarding Halloween. So you'll have to help me think of a Halloween movie to watch this year on Halloween.
Yeah.
Nothing too scary, because then I'll have nightmares.
Yes, of course.
And we both need to go get a pumpkin spice latte, so put that on your agenda. Let's be basic.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess if we don't have anything else, you can take us out.
No, I think we've rambled on enough. So thank you for listening to this year's Halloween podcast, and we hope you join us next time on Beach View.
Bye.
Bye.